Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi issue number 1. This was just a repeat of the television series. I could pretty much end the video right there, but there is a little bit more I do want to talk about it. So yeah, let's get talking about who made the comic book. Then you'll understand, I think, why I decided to read this comic book, not knowing what it was. But let's take it from there. Jody Houser is the writer. Salvador LaRocca is the artist. Guru-eFX did the color art, and VC's Joe Caramagna on letters. Phil Noto did the cover art, and there's a couple of variant covers out there too. I'm not sure exactly why they did this. This is an exact repeat of the Star Wars Obi-Wan television series that came out on Disney Plus a while ago. I think the majority of us didn't really like that show. It didn't portray Obi-Wan in a good light at all. I felt like they just weren't going to give us good stuff. They brought Ian McGregor back for that. They added a fight between Obi-Wan and Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader again. For what? When last we met, I was but the learner and you were the master, but I am the master now. Something to that effect, right? There was, who was the master in this particular one? This was not, yeah, that was not a good TV series. So obviously this can't be a good comic book, and it's actually worse than the TV series. I hate saying this because I actually really like Salvador LaRocca's art usually. This is the first time I didn't like his art. It was penciled as though he was under a 5-day deadline. Like, this was just done really not good. The pencils and the inks, I don't think there were a lot of inks done. Guru-eFX, who more often than not does pretty good art, right? Pretty good colors, right? The backgrounds looked great on this. The foreground, the individuals, the people who we're supposed to be focused on, the colors were just like paint fill all. It was really bad, and that's a shame. The backgrounds looked good. If you got to sacrifice anything, first off, don't sacrifice things, but if you had to sacrifice anything, you reverse that. You let the backgrounds just kind of go, but you don't sacrifice the main characters, and that's exactly what was done here, and it just broke my heart. Now, I really wanted to read this because I saw Jody Houser was going to be on this, and I figured let me get a chance to come back and reevaluate and see if Jody writes things to my particular tastes, namely being able to identify with heroes, which is something she said she's incapable of doing, that she only identifies with the villains. She said that in a Women of Marvel podcast one time, which I don't understand why she was ever allowed to write for superhero comics from that point on. Once she admitted to that, that was terrible and in poor taste, or whatever it is, what it is. Clearly I'm not going to see, and nobody's going to see, a whole lot of writing acumen in this. This is basically just transcribing the Disney Plus TV series. I really didn't like the TV series, and I therefore couldn't possibly like this book, which is less than even the TV series. It is what it is. Guys, if you didn't like this review, why don't you consider buying my book? Just back it on Kickstarter, super cheap price, a lot cheaper than what Wizards of the Coast is going to wind up charging you when they do their version of this, because yes, Wizards of the Coast is absolutely watching this. I already have it from insiders there that they're looking at this and they're trying to see how well this is going to sell. Can they just mimic this and put a $40 price tag on it? It is a book of more than 300 riddles. There is no other book like this. This is specifically made for fantasy role-playing games. I will teach you how to write riddles, the different kinds of riddles, how to modify the more than 300 riddles that are in here for various player levels, so that it's easier or harder for them to solve, to give more or less of a challenge depending on your players' abilities. This is going to be 80 pages. It is a beautiful book. I don't know how you could not like this book. Feel free, go check it out. And if you don't like it, do a bad review on it. Let me know. I will improve, and I will try to see what I could do to get a better version out to the peeps. Oh, the answers are all in the back if you just wanted to know the answers to the things. But anyway, it's going to be a good book. I think you're going to like it. I think you're going to like it a hell of a lot better than you like this book. But hey, it is what it is. Wait until my TV series comes out. Now, I'm joking. What I'm not joking about is like the video, watch an ad, and don't forget to back the Kickstarter. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.